I'm Kelly Worthman in the CBSN Denver studio. October is Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. So joining me is Abby McFerrin, co-founder of a support group called Denver Share. It's for parents who have experienced the tragic death of a baby during pregnancy or shortly thereafter birth. Abby, I want to thank you so much for being with us. You know, this is truly a tough topic to discuss, yet I imagine it's even more difficult for families that are grieving such a loss, but that's exactly what Denver Share is there for. So tell us a little bit more about the support group.
Sounds great. Well, thank you, first of all, for having us. The whole purpose of Denver Share is to be a safe place for families to come and talk about exactly what they want to talk about, which is their baby. Any parent wants to talk about their babies, and bereaved parents are no different. It's just that it comes with so many emotions when we lose our children. So we are a place where families come every month to share their most vulnerable feelings, which you can imagine makes us a very close group.
Yeah, I can only imagine, truly. And certainly no family's grieving process is the same, Abby. I imagine some families certainly need more help than others. Yet for everyone right now during this pandemic, it's changed how all of us might be reaching out for the support we need. So how has it affected Denver Share?
Yeah, well, to be honest, Kelly, it's been hard because we are used to coming together every month and spending at least 3 hours together. Families bond. We have new families usually coming every month. So COVID has thrown us for a loop because we haven't been able to connect in the way we're used to. So we're all kind of functioning in our quote unquote normal lives without having that opportunity to be so vulnerable. Because when you're in a room with people who understand what it feels like to go home without your baby, what it feels like to face your family and friends, even though you might have the greatest support system, until you're in a room with people who have been there, do you truly feel understood? We have tried to do Zoom meetings. We've tried some park gatherings where we get together as an organization, but our board, we meet every month and we're trying to be creative to figure out ways to reach out to our community. So in short, it's been hard for us.
You know, Abby, you just said something as far as families coming to you guys every month. Is that how often this loss is occurring?
Yes, so that's what this month feels so important to me for, is that these types of losses, whether they're miscarriages, stillbirths, or babies die in the first few months of life, I mean, there's a 1 in 4 chance that families are going to experience this. And I don't tell you that to be sad. I think you can see I'm not a sad person. It's just that that's the reality. And so for friends and family to realize that they might have a loved one who is facing this type of loss, the last thing we ever want is someone to face that in silence. We want them to feel like they can talk to their people. And if they can't, then they can find the supports that they need. We try to connect with as many hospitals as we can. So when these families are experiencing this, some who have known no one who's had a loss like this, they're given our information, or they're given information for the different resources within the community, that then when they go home and their world has been completely flipped upside down, that they have somewhere to turn. But honestly, that's the hardest thing, is reaching out. Once you reach out and you find out that we're all just a group of normal people who something awful has happened to, then do you realize, oh my goodness, I have this, I have a safe place, I have a community. But it's hard to reach out.
Well, I got a little bit ahead of myself, but perhaps that's precisely a perfect segue into this next point, because as you know, just recently, Chrissy Teigen posted on social media some very powerful photos and details of the loss of her son, Jack, that she lost about halfway through her pregnancy. Abby, what is the importance of her and her husband, John Legend, sharing something so private and not keeping this to themselves?
Yeah, I found out about it in the evening and then couldn't stop thinking about them and kept thinking about them again the next morning.
But her latest post showed
I'm not a celebrity person, but I wanted to send her a message because I just felt like she was so brave to share that, so strong to share that, and to be able to be that vulnerable is incredible because she has a huge platform. We have a tiny platform. We try as best we can to let families know what this feels like, or to let families know we're there. But when she posted on Twitter that she was going home from the hospital without a baby, that will resonate with every single person who has experienced this, whether it is a miscarriage, whether it is stillbirth. That besides the day we found out our daughter had passed and she didn't have a heartbeat anymore, the second hardest day was going home from the hospital. So for her to be able to just be raw and real, I hope that allows other people who might not feel the strength to share or might not feel like they want to reach out. I hope that it helps them realize they're not alone and that there are places that they can turn to.
Abby, this has been one of the more eye-opening conversations that we've had, I think, during this time. And I just really appreciate your insight and I'm really grateful for everything that you and Denver Share are doing to support families. So thank you so much for your time.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you, Kelly, for having us. We really appreciate it.
Of course. We'll be right back.